Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Sluggers. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'll provide a more detailed introduction about the channel and myself towards the end of the video. Okay, let's right now get into the fourth error of the series 50 most essential grammatical errors for the XAT. However, I would like to first state that this is not just a random list of 50 grammatical errors that we have just come up with. There's in fact quite a logical process involved in creating this list, and the same process I've explained that in detail in a separate video, which you can access by clicking on the link on the top right corner of your video. Okay, so this diagram pertains to that. I've explained all of this in that video there. Okay, so you can watch that if you want. Okay, so let's start with the error type for this session. We'll go through the sentences again one by one as usual. The first one says the furniture in the old dungeon was or were destroyed during a wizarding duel, right? So we are supposed to figure out which one is the correct auxiliary verb here. Second one says the jury is or are supposed to provide a verdict by noon. The third one says in many states the jury is or are often required to be accompanied by its or their spouses. Okay, see guys, the topic we are or the point that we are trying to cater to in this session by using these examples is that of collective nouns. Now collective nouns can, well, sometimes be single words, they can sometimes be phrases, right? And some collective nouns will always take singular forms like furniture, equipment, machinery, etc. And there are other collective nouns which depend on the context. The context determines whether that collective noun has been treated as a singular subject or if it has been treated as a plural subject. So I'll demonstrate to you all the cases by by virtue of these three examples. Okay, let's take the case of the collective nouns which will always take the singular form. Okay, like furniture, equipment, pride of lions, that phrase also. So for furniture, guys, furniture and equipment is is a collective noun. There's not a word like furnitures, right? Furnitures is almost always incorrect, and so is equipments. And so is machineries. Okay, there's nothing like machineries. There's machinery, there's furniture, there's equipment. Okay, and then because it is considered to be, and then that's why it will always take a singular form, because there's never furniture. Furniture is considered as an uncountable entity. Okay, and because it is considered as an uncountable entity, it will take a singular form. So you can never say that the furniture in old dungeon were destroyed during a wizarding duel. You always say the furniture in the old dungeon was destroyed. Okay, so were will be the incorrect form, was will be the correct form. So chair, you can have the plural of chair as chairs, you can have the plural of table as tables, but when you say furniture, it still continues to be an uncountable entity. Okay, you can't say that there is a, maybe if in your room, if you have maybe a few chairs and a few tables lying around, you can't use the word furnitures for all of them. The same word furniture will still apply to all of them. Like, it will be considered as a whole collective of furniture. Okay, so that's about furniture, and same thing will apply to equipment as well. So let's come to the second sentence. Now jury team, family, staff, and other such terms can sometimes be considered in the plural sense, can also be considered in the singular sense. Okay, let's first take the example of a singular case, right? The jury is or are supposed to provide a verdict by noon. Now the jury as a collective is supposed to provide a verdict in this case, right? That means you're referring to the jury as a collective entity, as a single entity, and hence the correct usage, hence the jury will be considered to be in the singular sense in this case. Okay, and should take a singular verb. Okay, you cannot use are here. Now let's consider the next sentence. It says in many states the jury is or are often required to be accompanied by its or their spouses. Now guys, it's quite easy, like normal to understand that the jury will not have a single spouse, right? There'll be multiple spouses, right? And of course you also get the hint from the plural form of spouse being used here. So every member of the jury will have a different spouse, right? That makes logical sense. So and hence, like, from that we can infer that the word jury here is being used in the plural form. Okay, in this case it is being, the context gives you evidence that it is being used in the plural sense. Okay, and hence the verb that should be used here should also be plural in nature. You cannot use its. Okay, you'll have to use their spouses. Okay, so that's about collective nouns. Okay, so let's look at an example that you can try by yourself. Consider this sentence. After the match, the team was invited to a dinner party with its wife, right? So I guess you must have realized what is wrong with it. Let me know what is wrong with it by typing it in the comment section. Okay. Finally, guys, my quick introduction. I'm Anupam Mishra and I'm Lucknow alumnus. I have worked in the past with organizations such as Hotstar, UNICEF, Apollo TAS, IMS, etc. I've also worked with an academy as an educator in the past, recognized by their Johnny Ive Award. And I was regarded as one of the top VRC educators that they had. These are my CAT credentials, and Sluggers is basically my endeavor to plug in all the crucial gaps that I believe there are in the test prep industry, starting with the CAT exam. Okay, now, yeah, so that's about me. Do move on to the next era. Okay.